All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking real music in real time for real people just like you and just like me. So, the band Toto most likely won't be recording any new music, according to Steve Lukather, who just did an interview. He says there's not going to be another Toto record. What we do is we continue doing what we do, meaning that Joe Williams does an album, and then I do an album, and then a few of the guys from Toto, they play on these albums, and they're basically separate releases, but we don't call it Toto. He does say if we go out and play as Toto, if we can get an audience, we pay off the people that sued us, and then we go forward. So maybe after they can pay their bills from these lawsuits, which I believe primarily go back to the late Jeff Porcaro's widow, Susan, who basically has sued the band because she believes that the band is not paying proper royalties back to Jeff's estate, which obviously she is probably CEO of these days. If we go on and read this, he says, Lukather says, I'm going to dig in. I don't roll over easily. I've taken a lot of punches over the last 45 years. So I can take a punch, man. And I've taken a whole lot of them on falsities. So he uses the word falsities, claiming that maybe this lawsuit is bogus. But the fact that he has to work as Toto in order to pay off the people that sued him doesn't seem to bode well for what the court likely determined here, because if it was a false claim, then I don't think the widow would have won in court. But then again, we live in a super litigious world, and I guess good on Steve Lukather to some degree, because he goes on to say, peace and love to everybody. It's behind me now. I let it all go. I don't carry around any hate. I'm like, okay, life changes. I'm sorry. He says it broke my heart too, but it's like getting over divorce. You've got to get back on the horse again and do it. And that's what we plan on doing. There's no malicious vibe or I'm going to get even with anybody. It's just a waste of time. He says, I'm 63 years old. I don't want to play the games anymore. Back in 2019, Toto released a limited edition box set boasting 17 LPs and 13 CDs. They included an album titled Old is New, featuring 7 previously unreleased songs. Look, Toto, no question, some of the world's greatest musicians ever in that original band. Even Joe Williams later on, and some of the other guys who came in. But that original band with Jeff and David and Steve and Bobby Kimball, I mean, that's some of the greatest music ever made. And what's weird is it doesn't get any acclaim. Nobody ever mentions Toto for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I mean, did Toto not influence everything that came later? I mean, everything. And did not they also contributed? Look, Chicago's revival in the 80s, another great example. David Foster bringing in various guys from Toto to basically shore up the sound of Chicago 16 and 17, along with Bill Champlin. And so, in any event, this is a sad thing because it has to do with money, and money typically makes everything sour when people start demanding more of it. I'm thinking that Jeff's widow must be doing okay, but who knows? I'd have to actually see the lawsuit and what was claimed and maybe some numbers on a page to determine whether the lawsuit had merit. But even if I saw those numbers, I'm sure I would need a legal team to decipher what's being said. And as Steve Lukather properly said there at the end, you know, he's just getting too old for this BS, and I really don't blame him. All right, so that's my video on this topic. Toto, a great band. Don't forget to like I would say like the page, but you can't like the page, but you can subscribe to it. You can hit the bell for notifications, and you can like the videos, I guess. And also Patreon for just $1 a month. That's helpful if you can do that. I appreciate all the newbies coming on board over on Patreon. And for the rest of you guys, just keep watching the videos and share them and do what you need. Put them on repeat play and enjoy your day. I'll talk to you soon.